Hello everybody, welcome to my new series, which is the Civ 5 sort of quick tactics type thing. I'm going to give sort of a little rundown of how I play Civilization, sort of some ideas I can give you, how to play better maybe. I'm going to jump into a single player random game here, and I'm going to sort of run you through the first few turns with a couple of different civs, with a couple of different map types and sizes, and just how to really play the game. So let's get into it here. Okay, so we've got, for the first civ, we actually have one of the most OP civs in the game. Yes, it's Babylon. Great scientist when you discover writing, and great scientist 50% faster is one of the most OP abilities of any civ in this game. And it looks like we have a little bit of a salt start. Good grief, this could be interesting. So yeah, the first few turns of the game, what should you really be looking out for? Well, firstly, you want to be sort of looking around at your local area. What do you have around you? Okay, we can see we've got the luxury resource here. We've got salt, which is really, really good. We've got stone here, which is also very good. And we've got just a little bit of food, sort of a decent food tile here. And what you want to be doing is, if you want to really start getting your production up high straight away, you want to settle on a hill. So this here, perfect place to settle. So we'll start our first city right there, and we'll move our guy over to the hill here, so we can try and get a better idea of what's in the surrounding area. Moving your first warrior to a hill is a very, very good idea, by the way. Very good idea, because it means you can get a much better overview of the area. Now, you really want to be considering your civ's ability and possible victory types. So in this case, I am obviously considering a science victory, because Babylon is basically based around science. So we need to go for writing straight away. We need to go for writing pretty much straight away. So we need to go pottery, then straight into writing. And then if we're feeling confident enough to do a little bit of a Great Library Rush, we can go into that, but I'll discuss a Great Library Rush in another video. It's not really for this. This is just the first turns, looking around kind of thing. So here we go. I'm making a scout here, which is pretty much how you should open every single game you play. And then you just want to be doing a bit of scouting round with your first warrior. Don't move him too far though, because you want to go back and defend your capital from the... she stole the ruin. Fucking bitch. Right, okay, so that put a bit of a halt to my plan, and these guys are really close. Like, what the hell's going on? With your scout, start looking a way that your warrior isn't going. So your warrior's going up here, move the scout down this way, explore over here, this unseen piece of land. Okay, so the next thing you want to be producing is a monument. Don't start making a worker. This is probably one of the worst things you can do, and quite a big mistake a lot of people make when playing Civ. Workers are turns that you will not get back later on in the game, and these first few turns are really important, especially on higher difficulties like Deity, for winning. You want to be getting something like the monument. You want to start building a monument. That is... The problem with workers is that you can get them from city-states. You can get them really easily from city-states. And it's just the way you should play. And another thing to seriously start looking out for is next potential city spots. So I've seen one here. Mountains, river, wheat. 4 food tiles, or 3 food tiles, like this, are perfect for early growth of a city. So you want to be looking for your wheat tiles, for your floodplains as well. Those are another really good tile that you can use. And with Babylon, you want to be thinking about your science, hills, mountains, perfect for getting that late game science. And as we can see here, Spain, this is Spain's capital here, and it's really close. So another thing one would be considering is a settler, this early on in the game. like seriously, this early on. Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but trust me, it will seriously make it worth your time. So I'm going to finish building my monument next turn. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. And now, really, we either want to be building a granary or a shrine. Shrines, very useful for the religion later on in the game. I think you can get something from salt. I don't quite remember. I know you can get something from quarries. We have some stone around here. We can get extra food from camps, some culture from pastures, possibly. All in all, it's not. I'd go for the shrine first, just for the sake of starting to consider having your religion. Now, where do we want to explore that? So, as you can see, in this case, they are going to get that. They are going to get that monument there. Yep, there we go. So it's a bit awkward how close I've started to Spain, actually. I believe we are only on an island together, which could make out for a really interesting game later on. We're nearly reaching turn 10, so that's when I'm going to stop, and we're going to look at another Civ. Okay, so here we are, we're in a new game. I'm just started up, and we are Theodora of the Byzantine Empire. Her particular ability, she is supposed to be one of the worst civs in the game, which is, you know, I'm not arguing with it really, that is pretty much right. She is one of the worst civs in the game, because basically her ability requires you to get a religion, and if you don't get that religion, your ability is basically useless. So, on this game, as you can guess, we're going to try and focus on religion, which means, again, doing the traditional, super duper traditional, go straight for pottery type doodad, but we need to sell a city first. And this seems like a pretty good place, remember? Rivers, very good. You can see your luxury resources, we're on a hill, all really good stuff. We've got some stone and whatnot, a little bit of production there, there's a little bit of production from this later once the forest, jungle, sorry, has been cut down. And there's some potential for some fairly good, for a good city, for a good starting city. So, get our Constantinople. With this guy, I think I'm going to move it up here, because you want to try and get a view as much as possible. And as you can see, possible Petra City up here, definitely Petra City standard. And then pottery, straight into pottery, perfect. So we can get that shrine and then the religion and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's basically what I'm going to go for on this game, and I'll just run through the first 10 turns pretty quick. Scout again, always start with the scout. You need to explore your surrounding area. You need to make sure you know what's around you, how you can defend yourself from any threats. For example, you don't want to just end up seeing Genghis Khan at your borders with an army, you know, or you want to make sure that there's no barbarians messing up your stuff early on in the game. So again, okay, Dido, very good. This potential city spot, there's some really good potential for growth here. We've got the 2 wheat tiles, we've got luxury resources here and here. We've got a mountain, which means good science. We've got a little bit of lake. We've got all these hills as well. A bit ruined by the sheep there, but what are they grazing on? Are they eating sand? Ugh. Okay, whatever. So yeah, you want to be looking for your next city spot, and I'm seriously thinking that hill there would be perfect if you got Petra. Perfect. Really good. Really good city. Let's have a look. 3 turns, so let's start building our monument. Now, there is a thing that I do when it comes to starting to make this first what was I saying? The first monument. Once you've researched pottery and you want to get that religion, especially if you're either online or in a deity game, you need, as soon as you've researched pottery, you need to stop the production of whatever you're building at the time. Wait, hang on, I'll just show you this. Once this is done, there we go. Right, you need to jump straight into the shrine. It doesn't matter if it's one turn away. That one turn could seriously save you later on in the game. And at this point, usually you can just let the computer pick the best food tiles for you to grow up to at least size 4 before you start thinking about getting your settlers out, before you start thinking about building workers and whatnot. Remember, settler before worker. That's how I say it. Unless you steal it from a city-state, in which case that's okay. You've done well. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Again, I'm going to go straight for writing on this one. Simply because the library will help you later on in the game, like this early on in the game, to research all these extra texts which you've not researched. So if you want a wonder, for example, blah, 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 let's go. You want to be getting this. You want to be getting temples, oracle, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much how this game is going to go. Anyway, we're just going to jump on here. We're still searching for potential city spots. So we're looking over here. Like I'm thinking around here as well. And I will come back to these games, both of these games, and show you how they've manifested themselves, what's changed with them. But that'll be another video, so don't worry about that. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've found this kind of informative for the first few turns if you were struggling a little bit. If you did find it useful, maybe like it, I don't know, whatever you do on YouTube nowadays, you little hooligans. Okay, right, thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!